Oh, sugar honey iced tea. It's the EAC Show.
Hey, ladies and gents, I'm Emilio A. Colon.
And I am Marcus Mack, and this is the EAC Show coming to you from sunny South Florida with episode 100. Emilio, we made it.
We are 100 episodes in. We tried to shoot this episode in person, in studio with a few other people, but unfortunately for scheduling purposes, we couldn't get it all together. We will get it together later on in the future. But Marcus Mack, we're finally here, episode 100. Marcus, did you really think we were going to get to this point?
Yeah, I did. Of course I did. Yeah. I had no doubts at all. Nah, we here.
With all the buffoonery and behind the scenes and the errors and the mistakes that we made along the way, all the stuff that we ended up learning from Marcus Mack, we're actually here with episode 100 on this Friday. We haven't shot all week because, Marcus, you have been on vacation. How was your vacation? Did you enjoy yourself? Did you have a good time?
It was great, man. It was a breather. You know what's so crazy about vacation? And any busy man that takes care of his family will tell you this. You'll be on vacation and you can't wait to get back. I'm telling you. You'll be gone and you'll be like, oh, man, I can't wait to get away from work, the kids, the stress, the this. And then when you at vacation, when you on the vacation, you at wherever you at, you're thinking about, damn, this is what I got to do when I get back. Oh, man, I miss my kid. Bittersweet.
True story. I never forget it. Never forget it. First time I actually went on a vacation when I left from sunny South Florida. I came back, and the minute I was driving from the airport and got on 595, I was like, I'm home. I was so happy. I was like enthused. Like I was just like to be able to sleep in my own bed and get back to the normal routine. Sometimes a disconnect from it is cool, but once you get back into the swing of things, you know, you're just happy to finally be back home. That's episode 100, Marcus Mack. We got so much to discuss. There's so much that went on. Shout outs to Khabib Nurmagomedov, who literally destroyed Justin Gaethje and ended up winning. He is now 29-0. He was extremely, extremely emotional after his win. Marcus Mack, obviously because of the loss of his father, dedicating the fight to his father, saying he was retiring. Now Dana White has come out and said that he's been talking with Khabib, and most likely Khabib is going to fight one more fight to make it 30-0. Marcus Mack, hands down, in my opinion, I feel like Khabib is the greatest MMA fighter in the history of MMA.
Was that Khabib where they had that story about him knocking out 3 dudes in the club?
I don't know. I don't know that story, but it's kind of tough to not believe it. Khabib, he wrestles bears and he swims in frozen Russian rivers and stuff like that.
Bro, they said he got into some kind of verbal altercation and the guys just was not trying to back. And one of them stepped up. He just knocked one of them out. The other one stepped up. He just knocked that one out too. And then he stepped off and he went in the bathroom. He said he went in the bathroom. And another guy came walking in the bathroom, and he just turned around and knocked him out too. And they said, "Well, why'd you knock out the guy in the bathroom?" He said, "Man, I couldn't take no chances."
you know what it is. You know what it is, Marcus Mack. On the show, we are very, very fact-checking show in a society where fact-checking is very, very important. So what we need to basically say is allegedly. Khabib is the person. Yes, allegedly, right. Khabib is the person that knocked out 3 people in the.
Whoever it was, I'm staying far away from him. As a matter of fact, we taking him to the club with us.
Listen, I respect Khabib 100%. If he decides to retire and give it up, he's, for me, the best pound-for-pound fighter ever in MMA. He does it no matter who it is, the opponent. He really takes care of business, so shout out to him. Marcus, we also had the World Series was being played between the Tampa Bay Rays and the Los Angeles Dodgers.
L.A. Dodgers. Shout out to them.
Los Angeles Dodgers have won the World Series, the COVID championship. They are literally World Series champs. They didn't bang on no trash cans. They didn't
Shots fired.
They didn't steal no signs. They did it the right way. And Marcus, we want to give a shout out to Uncle Rob.
Yeah, big shout out to Uncle Rob, man. I don't know what he was drinking. I think he was drinking Casamigos. He had to be drinking Casamigos. He was out there feeling real hotty too thotty. He was out there just slurring off. Here goes your trophy. Here goes your trophy. Take it. Just take it.
So Marcus, you and I off air were talking about it. Are we gonna invite Uncle Rob to Thanksgiving?
We got to. Your Uncle Rob got to come and have a drink with the fellas, man. He ain't been back since like the last cookout where I think that was Uncle Rob that knocked them 3 dudes out in the club, you heard? Because he get drunk and get kind of feisty. Well,
what do you think Uncle Rob's drink of choice is?
I'm telling you, Casamigos. Casamigos. Mr. 32 Hottie. I'm telling you, man. I can see it. I'm telling you.
To me, he looks like a Glenn Levitz kind of guy.
A Glenn Levitz?
Yeah, he looks like a Glenn Levitz kind of guy. I don't see Rob Manfred anything less. Yeah.
Something you see him drinking something dry, huh? Some
Homie
gin, maybe.
Slurring his. Listen, I'm not mad at him because you know what, Marcus Mack, real talk. Roger Goodell, who is the NFL commissioner, got to a point where he was so disliked by people, right? They booed him every time at the draft. They didn't like him at all. And then all of a sudden, things start to change. And the people started seeing like a relatable instance to Commissioner Goodell. And all of a sudden now he's this happy-go-lucky guy. I feel like Commissioner Manfred had an opportunity right now to be relatable to his fans. Because remember, he called the championship a piece of metal. Remember that?
Yeah, I think, well, you know, when you talk about Roger Goodell, you know what I'm saying? In those instances, I think people get caught in their position. They get trapped in their position, and people don't understand them. So don't you feel like you get some kind of understanding? Because we all human, man. We all have a drink. You know what I'm saying? We might all take a little toke. We all had our time when we used to whatever. We probably tried something, experimented. You know what I'm saying? But then when you go and you talk about people like Rob Manfred now, I think he's just an all-around stush, just stiff stick. And he just so happened to just have taken a little drink and you know, slur like that. Take your trophy.
But that was his opportunity to be relatable, in my opinion. He could have just came out and said, "Listen, I had too many beers, my bad," and everybody would be like, "That's my dog. Yeah, that's my dog." Like, cause it's a relatable instance.
Now you would think so, but I don't think that was the case. That moment that he had to be human, it reflected him being human, but I think he's just an old fucking stiff, thick, just they probably discussed the projections for from the beginning of the season to World Series, and all numbers was met. So shit, let's take a drink. Let's take a drink.
Listen, there was a lot of talk, Marcus Mack, about how Justin Turner, who is the third baseman for the Los Angeles Dodgers, literally was found to test positive for COVID during the 8th inning of that game.
He was testing for COVID during the game?
No. He was tested before the game, and then he was notified during the game that they
I'm a little slow, him. Y'all. I'm slow.
So the issue at hand, Marcus, is that he was on the field with these players. Then he ended up testing positive. They pulled him from the game. They win the game, and then he comes out on the field to celebrate with the team. Marcus, I don't really have a problem with it, and I'm going to explain to you why. He's already been around the team for the majority of the game. What's an inning or two really going to make that much of a difference?
Yeah, like he was already on the field, or he was already around with the players, and then he got, pronounced positive during the game. I mean, at that point, we all the way in. Like, yeah, it's like I've been killing this whole time with no condom. The minute you realize I don't have on a condom, now you're telling me you'll put one on? No. No. We're going to rock this out until I leave.
So, Marcus, here's a little question that I have for you. So, you got the Tampa Bay Lightning. They win the NHL hockey finals, right?
Before we leave MLB, we did say that LA was going to win, though.
Yes, but that's not what we're talking about. I'm still on MLB, right. But I'm just addressing it.
Okay.
So you got the Tampa Bay Lightning who win the NHL finals, the Stanley Cup finals, right? You now have the Tampa Bay Rays who were in the World Series. They ended up losing. You got the Los Angeles Lakers who won the NBA finals. And now you got the Los Angeles Dodgers who win the MLB World Series. Tampa Bay And Los Angeles is doing it really, really big right now in sports, Marcus Mack.
Okay.
Are we going to have a LA Rams or a Tampa Bay Buccaneers in the Super Bowl is my question.
That's bars. I don't know, but that's a good question.
They can't play each other. They can't play each other because they're in the same division.
Right.
But are one of those teams going to be in the Super Bowl? And don't forget, the Super Bowl is in Tampa.
I mean, them last couple of games Brady been playing though. There's no telling. Brady played very well that last game.
He really did play very well that last game. You know what? Thoughts and prayers out to Dak Prescott on a speedy recovery. My man's ankle looked like a piece of broken oxtail at
noodle.
Dutch. It looked bad. It looked awful. Shout out to the Red Rifle, Andy Dalton. I don't know if you've seen the video. I sent it to you, Marcus Mack. Andy Dalton got creamed. He's the backup for the Dallas Cowboys. He got annihilated on a tackle, and no offensive lineman came to his defense whatsoever.
Man, what's going on with Cam Newton, man? What's going on with my guy, man?
Did you see what he said on Instagram the other day, on the Patriots Instagram?
Nah, I didn't catch it. What he said?
He said what he has learned being up there in New England, that losing is unacceptable with the Patriots organization, in that region, in that state, in that county, and it has to change. Cam, you are replacing or trying to replace a living legend that is balling right now in Tampa Bay. If you didn't know that coming in, I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah. I mean, he should have known. I mean, he had big shoes to fill. He had huge shoes to fill. I remember that was a big conversation that I was having. I said, I hope they don't think that they're going to bring Cam Newton in and he's going to replace Tom Brady. It's not going to happen.
It's more about the facade, in my opinion, Marcus, that Cam has set for himself. All those Instagram videos of him working out and putting in that work and, they done quit on me. They gave up on me. This, that, and the third.
Right.
Blah, blah. Yo, Cam, like all of those is hype videos. That's like literally seeing a commercial for a party down on South Beach and you get to the party and there's 7 people in it. Like, that's what it looks like right now. That's what it really looks like right now.
Yeah, well, I mean, he's still got time for redemption. What's their record? What's their record right now?
I think they're 3-4, Marcus, or something like that. But it's not good. Put it this way, it's not acceptable. You can't play, or 2-4. You can't play like that in New England. There's no chance. Now, Marcus, I know we have to get into, I believe it's week 8 picks. Do you have those lines in front of you?
Yes, I sure do.
And I'm still the champ because we didn't even do week 7, by the way.
Yeah, we didn't do a week 7. Our apologies to all of our followers, all of our loyal fans. We appreciate you guys. Apologize for week 7, but one thing guaranteed is my picks don't lose.
Oh, please. You starting to come back down to earth because I'm 2-week champion, buddy.
Yeah, so we're gonna start with Indianapolis Colts in Detroit facing Detroit Lions. Detroit is I don't think they can hold up against Indianapolis, man. Indianapolis is favored by 3. I don't think they can hold up with the Colts. What you think?
All right. So the Detroit Lions are playing a lot better since the bye, Marcus Mack. This is a very, very rare occasion where you see a home team as the underdog. So they're saying that the Indianapolis Colts are going to win the game by 4 or more points. I'm going to take the Detroit Lions +3 just because I want to ride the wave. They've won the last 2 games. Matt Patricia, since the bye, the team has been better. They're well rested. Matthew Stafford is playing better. So I'm going to take the Detroit Lions +3, Marcus Mack.
Okay, I like that. Did we get Cam's picks?
You got to make your pick. Who's your pick?
I told you I'm taking Indianapolis. Okay,
so you're going Indy, I'm going Detroit.
Wait, hold on. So we're doing straight wins, or we doing spreads for sure? Doing spreads.
Just spreads.
Spreads. Okay. I like Indianapolis to take that. Next up, we got the Minnesota Vikings against Green Bay Packers. That game was postponed. I believe there was someone who tested
I don't think it's postponed. There's just no line in the game yet. They still might play the game. Regardless, I'm going to take whatever Green Bay is minus. I'm going to take Green Bay minus whatever.
It don't even matter what it is. We're going straight for the cheeseheads.
I'm just going straight for the cheeseheads, homie.
I'm feeling that. I'm going with Green Bay as well, and I'm quite sure that Cam is going with Green Bay too, especially after he picked Minnesota the last time. I don't know why.
Yeah, remember the one time he went against his own team, right?
I don't know why he did that. But next game is the New England Patriots going to Buffalo, Rough Buff, and Buffalo is favored by 4.
I'm going to take the Buffalo Bills -4. I can't trust Cam Newton right now. It sucks because I don't want to go against Bill Belichick, but I have to. I'm going to take the Buffalo Bills, who's been on a little bit of a slide. They haven't been playing their best football, but they're going to be back at home. So I'm going to take the Buffalo Bills -4, Marcus Mack.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Rough Buff myself. I'm definitely going to go with Rough Buff. Conway just dropped a huge album out of Buffalo. Conway the Machine. You know what I'm saying? Big shout outs to Benny the Butcher. Rough Buff in the building. Going with Buffalo, New York. Next up, we got Tennessee Titans against Cincinnati Bengals. This is a huge line here. Tennessee Titans is favored by 7.
Here's another tricky one, Marcus Mack, and I'll explain to you why it's tricky, because the Cincinnati Bengals are now underdogs at home. It's in Cincinnati, correct?
Yes.
So it's in Cincinnati. Cincinnati, I see Cincinnati losing the game, but I don't know if they lose it by 7.
Yeah, that's a big spread.
Yeah, I do like taking the plus points in this situation because I think Cincinnati could still lose the game by 3 or 4, whatever it may be. So I'll take Cincinnati +7.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Cincinnati, but I don't like I like Tennessee to cover that spread. Whether it be field goal.
So then you would take if they're gonna cover the spread, you would take the Titans.
I'll take the Titans, but I would like Cincinnati to win. I would like Cincinnati to win, but I like Tennessee to cover the spread.
Oh, I got what you're saying. Okay,
I like Tennessee in the money.
Oh, okay. You want to see Cincinnati win, but you really think that Tennessee's going to cover the spread.
Right.
Oh, you got to
for the sake of the spread, I'm taking Tennessee Titans. But like I said, I like Cincinnati Bengals to win. Right. So the next up, we got Las Vegas Raiders going to Cleveland against the Browns, and we got Cleveland favored by 2.5.
Right. Okay, so Marcus Mack, I'm going to end up taking the Cleveland Browns at home. Baker Mayfield had a 5-touchdown game. Shout outs to OBJ. OBJ is hurt. He's out for the remainder of the year with a torn ACL. It was actually on a Baker Mayfield pick that he was trying to come back and play defense on. So I think Baker Mayfield's going to, with OBJ not being there, he's not going to be forced to throw Odell Beckham the ball, and it's more of a free-flowing offense. So I'm going to take the Cleveland Browns -2.5, Marcus Mack at home.
I like that. I like that as well. I like that. I'm going to go with Cleveland Browns myself. So they won't have Mr. Shitty Chest.
Nah, Shitty Chest is out for the year, homie.
He's out for the year? All right, so it's over with. He's somewhere bathing in poop.
He's doing where do the niggas be at when they say they doing no this and all that?
Yeah, give me Cleveland Browns against the Las Vegas Raiders. Next up, we got, Jesus Christ, do we really have to say them next? I got the New York Jets going to Kansas City against the Chiefs. Do you want to hear this spread, Emilio?
I know what it is, Marcus Mack. You can tell the viewers, listeners.
Jesus Christmas. Kansas City is favored by 20.
Give me the New York Jets. I'm taking the New York Jets every game so far this year, so I'm taking the New York Jets again.
Listen, I was just about to say that. I say, just for the record, we know Emilio is going to take the New York Jets. And if you win, bro, if the New York Jets wins this game, they are the underdog, +20. You're going to be a rich man. You're going to be a very rich man. Right? Okay, so the next up, still at 1:00, we got the LA Rams against the Miami Dolphins. They're coming down to Miami, and they are the Los Angeles Rams are favored by 3.5.
Now, Marcus Mack, this is the debut of Tua Tagovailoa, the guy that Rick Ross was so amped about seeing, he couldn't pronounce his name. He couldn't pronounce his name, though.
He was drinking the same thing that Rob Manfred was drinking.
He couldn't pronounce Tua's name for the life of him when Tua first came to but he's a big fan of Tua. I'm going to take the Los Angeles Rams. Tua's going to go through some type of difficulty, in my opinion. The Rams do play well when they travel onto the East Coast, and I'm rooting for Tua, though. Tua's hands down, if he didn't get hurt, in my opinion, would have been the number 1 overall pick in the draft. But it's going to take a little bit of growing pains. So I'm going to go with the LA Rams, Marcus Mack.
That's a Fendi. Yeah, I think that 3.5 is going to be difficult to cover because they're going to have to at least get a touchdown. I want to say 2 field goals, but I doubt it. But they're coming down to Miami. You know what? I'm going to go against you on that. I'm going to take Miami Dolphins. Next up, this is going to be a big game here. Still at the 1 o'clock, we got Pittsburgh Steelers going to B-More against the Ravens. And the Ravens are favored by 4.5.
Now, Marcus, before we get into this game, there was a story on the Pat McAfee show. Shout out to them boys. Them boys are doing an amazing job. Pat just gave out $125,000 to his subscribers because he hit 1 million subscribers. It was crazy, Marcus. He gave out $1,000 to 50 people, gave out 25, gave out 15, gave out 30, some nonsense like that. But shout out to them. But anyway,
you get a call, everybody.
But anyway, Marcus, the point that I was trying to make here is Tone Diggs on the show was trying to basically explain a story about how Baltimore Ravens fans and Pittsburgh Steelers fans just don't like each other. And he was telling a story about how he saw a Ravens fan one day right before the game in Pittsburgh. They just walked by each other, didn't know each other, looked at each other the wrong way, and just started throwing haymakers at each other. They threw about 3 punches. They're both fans. Threw about 3 punches, got 3 punches in, ate the punches, looked at each other. Some friends were like, hey, what are we doing? They were like, yeah, you're right. Let's shake hands. Let's keep it moving. That's how much hatred this teams have for each other.
That sounds like my last family reunion.
Pretty much, Marcus Mack. I'm going to go with the Pittsburgh Steelers. The Pittsburgh Steelers have been playing really good football as of late, even though, you know, we always root for Mr. Electric, Mr. Unbelievable, Mr. Lamar Jackson down here from sunny South Florida. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to go with the Pittsburgh Steelers, Marcus Mack.
Yeah, I like Pittsburgh as well. Definitely for sure. Next up,
by the way, we're not going to get a chance to talk about this because it happened before we did the show. But I want to give a shout out to Mr. XFL, PJ Walker, who actually came into the game yesterday for the Carolina Panthers, Marcus Mack. Their quarterback, Teddy Bridgewater, got hurt for a little, a couple plays or whatever. And PJ Walker actually got a chance to play. So shout out to him. So happy for him. You know how happy we were when he was playing for the Houston Roughnecks. So he got a chance to play for the Carolina Panthers.
Yeah, that's for sure. Y'all be on the lookout for XFL, man, coming. I believe that's 2022. Yeah, man. We seen a couple of guys make it out of there and go on to the NFL and just keep a good lookout for them, man. We talking about quality work, man. Good players, great games being played with the XFL, man. Next game, 4 o'clock first game for 4 o'clock is LA Chargers against the Denver Broncos. There's no spread for that. I guess that one is up in the air.
Yeah, no matter what, I'm still gonna take the Chargers. That kid Justin Herbert have been playing his ass off, not for nothing, Marcus Mack. So I'm gonna go with the LA Chargers.
I'm going with the Broncos. That's actually when I was first. As soon as I seen that, I'd say I'm going with Denver for sure.
Okay.
Next up at 4:30, we got New Orleans Saints to get the Chicago Bears, and New Orleans Saints are favored by 5.
I'm going to go with the Saints. The Chicago Bears just stink. They just suck. They're just awful. They're just atrocious. Their defense is doing everything under the sun for them, and it's just like, it's like, Marcus, it's like having a friend that's part of the crew, and y'all all in a fight, and this guy ain't doing nothing, and you literally just keep throwing him in the fight. Like, do something, and he ain't doing nothing. That's basically the Chicago Bears offense.
Sorry. And against New Orleans Saints, that's definitely not going to fly. That's not going to fly with the Saints.
I'm going to take New Orleans in that game.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Next, still at 4:30, we're in Seattle. My goodies. We're in Seattle. San Francisco 49ers will be going over there. And the Seahawks is favored by 3.
That's a really, really good game. The 49ers are playing good.
Sure.
Seattle just coming off a loss to the Arizona Cardinals last week. By the way, I did have the Cardinals winning that money line, not for nothing. I'm going to go not for nothing, Marcus Mack. I'm going to go with the San Francisco 49ers. The San Francisco 49ers have been playing really well. Jimmy Garoppolo is back. I'm going to take the San Francisco 49ers on the road in Seattle.
Damn, you going against my goodies?
Yeah, I'm going against my goodies.
I like the Seahawks. I like the Seahawks for sure. Now we got at 8:00. The Dallas I don't want to say that. Dallas Cowboys against the Philadelphia Eagles.
The Dallas Trash Boys.
Philadelphia is favored by 11.
I'll take the Philadelphia Eagles minus 21.
Any day in America.
Philadelphia Eagles beating up on America's dump team.
Yeah, we definitely gonna see Skip Bayless crying about this next week for sure.
Shout out to Stephen A. Smith for trolling the hell out of the Dallas Cowboys any chance he gets. Those trolls that he does on Instagram are amazing. Not for nothing, Marcus Mack.
Yeah. So we got the last game for week 8, which is gonna be November 2nd. I believe. What is that? Sunday, no?
No, Monday.
Monday, excuse me. Yeah, Monday at 8:00, we got Tampa Bay Buccaneers versus the New York Giants. Tampa Bay is favored by 13. Jesus Christ.
See, that's tough, Marcus Mack, because the New York Giants have been playing really good football. They've been covering a lot of their games, even though they've been losing the game. So if you're going to give the New York Giants 13 points, it's basically saying that the Giants aren't going to be able to do anything against the Tampa Bay defense. I'm going to take the New York Giants plus the 13 points. I don't think they win the game, but I'm going to sit there and say that they cover the spread.
They cover the spread? All right, give me I like Tampa to win the game, man. No, Matt, just give me Tampa. I don't think they're going to cover it. As a matter of fact, off air, I'm taking your bet. We're going to let you guys know next week who won this bet. There's going to be a personal bet between me and Emilio. The last bet I won, I believe that was LA versus Denver in the NBA Finals. So we're taking a bet off air because I knew he was going to go with the New York Jets, but plus 13, ladies and gentlemen.
I took the Giants. Giants.
Yeah, plus 13.
You said Jets. I took the Jets.
You took the Jets too. You took them too.
I take the Jets. I take the Jets every week, sir.
Emilio is taking everything out of New York, and I'm telling you right now, I'm going to bet against him every time with a 13-point spread. Oh yeah. Give me Tampa Bay.
So Marcus Mack, this is going to conclude episode 100 of the EAC Show. Marcus Mack, we made it 100 episodes. It's good to have you back. Tell Janaya I said hello. Make sure you click like, subscribe on all podcast platforms and on YouTube. And we'll check you out next week for episode 101, Marcus Mack. Speculation.
Talk over. There we go.
Oh, sugar honey iced tea. It's the EAC Show.